Welcome back guys in the first video of Java interview question series. So we will be covering most asked and most favorite question of interviewers, that is how Hashmap work internally in Java. So let's start without wasting any time. So I have written this Hashmap KV. So Hashmap typically contains key value pair. So K is key, V is value, HM, let's assume object name is HM equal to new Hashmap. Okay, so HM will be object name, and here I have written three put statement. That is, put is used to insert the element in hash map, put the element in hash map. So I have written this three put statement here with first parameters key is of string, and value is integer. Okay, key value. So when hashmap puts these elements in like values and keys in value in hash maps, how internally things happen, that we will see next. So internally, first operation which is get performed is to calculate hash code of given key. So let's assume our first element is like first key is AB. So internally, when we try to write hm.put AB1, it will calculate hash code of that particular key, that is hash code of AB. Okay, so it will return any integer value. So hash code will return memory reference in the form of integer value. It can be very big. So let's assume, for example, let's assume in this case it returns any integer value as 1 1 1 1 1 1 2. Let's assume this. Okay, so if we create array of this size, obviously we will get out of memory exception, and it is not a good idea to create array of such huge size. So after we get hash code, the next step is to calculate the index. Okay, so an index is calculated as hash code of this k, that is we have got this value, and using AND operation with this n minus 1, where n is total size of array, sorry, total size of hash map, sorry. Okay, so here n will be say 16, as total size is 0 to 15, that is 16. So AND operation of this element with 15. Okay, it will return any index value, but let's assume it returns, for example, index value as 2. Okay, in remainder in output. So first element, that is first key value pair, will be go at second position. So index value is this one. So once it return index value, it will store that key value pair at that particular index location. So if you didn't get concept till now, please let me know your doubts in comment section. I will be clearing those. So next question arises that okay, we got the hash code and we got the index, and it also stores at that particular index location, but in what manner it stores the data? So answer is, it stores the data in the form of linked list. Okay, so it contains four means it contains node, and in that four location, in which first value will be that hash which we got, that is 1112 in the previous clip we have seen. So it will contains first this one, then the key value, sorry, key, and then value, and fourth will be null, as there is no extra node attached to this link node, so it will be storing as value as null. Okay, so let's assume now we have to this is put. Okay, now we have to put this one, and if we have generated did the same cycle, and we have got the hash code of BC as 111, let's assume 4. Just for example, I'm storing, it will give obviously any other value. So for example, it gives us the output as 1114, and again we calculate the index, and let's assume this time it returns index value as 5. Okay, so do the same, means it does the same thing. It will store now data at 5. So let's draw this diagram. 11114, now we have BC. Okay, now 2, and here also null, as there is no other node attached to this node. Now this is also done. Now we have to insert the third element. So let's assume After calculating hash code of this CD, it's give us index value as 2 again. Okay, but we have already where node present at index 2. But then how it will attach? So its answer is it will now, as a linked list can get attached, so it will now attach this new third node to this one. Now here address will be of this node. It will store the address of next node, that is this node, and here value will be, let's assume that a hash value of this CD will be something like 1117 for example, then CD, then 3, and then null, as there is no extra node attached to this node. So once we get the put statement, and if index value is same, then it will attach to this already connected node in the form of linked list, and if there is no element at particular index, then it will store the first node of that linked list. Okay, so this is how in hashmap works internally in Java. Now here another question of interview is that if we are passing key here is as null, okay, null as key, so where it will store that. So this is one of the question when we when he asks about internal working, so it will store that in zeroth index, as hash code of null will be 0, so it will always store that in zeroth index. So that's how hashmap works internally in Java. So let me know your thoughts or doubts in comment section. I will be clearing those. So I hope you got the concept. So stay tuned for other Java interview question also. Thank you and happy learning, and subscribe to our channel AS Learning.